Good afternoon, everybody. Today, let us discuss the concept of Vedangas. Without studying or without analyzing the Vedangas, we cannot understand the essence of Vedas. So, Vedangas are very important to understand or to grasp the essence, quintessence of Vedas. According to Bhaskaracharya, a very famous Vedic scholar, he divided Vedangas into several categories and he compared Vedangas with the human body. There are six Vedangas. They are Kalpa, Chandas, Jyotisha, Nirukta, Siksha, Vyakarana. According to Bhaskaracharya, he said Vyakarana is compared with the sound. He compared Vyakarana with the face of human body. And he compared Jyotisha with the eyes. He compared Nirukta with the ears. He compared Siksha with the nose. He compared Kalpa with the hands. He compared Chandas as the feet. So these are the comparisons we can see in this tree, or these are the comparisons we can see by Bhaskaracharya. So Bhaskaracharya is a very famous Vedic scholar who compared six Vedangas with the six parts of human body. And now let us discuss the first Vedanga, that is what is called Siksha. What is Siksha? Let us discuss the importance of Siksha. Siksha is the science of articulation and it is a science of pronunciation. So Siksha is a science of articulation and it's a science of pronunciation. The Beja, it is the first anga of all Vedangas. And the prime author of Siksha Vedanga is Sage Panini. Sage Panini is generally considered as the prime and the most notable author of this Vedanga Siksha. Siksha is related to sounds. Siksha is related to sounds. Siksha is related to letters. Siksha is related to pronunciation of pronunciation and the method of teaching and learning of these basic elements. So now we need to understand that Siksha is the science of articulation and pronunciation. Siksha deals with sounds, letters, pronunciation and the method of teaching these elements and the method of learning these elements or the basic things of Siksha. Every Veda, if you look at Samaveda, Yajurveda, Atharvana Veda and Rig Veda, every Veda has its own peculiar way of pronunciation. And every Veda has its own way of peculiar way of pronouncing the mantras, or every Veda has its own way of pronouncing certain letters, and every Veda has its own way of writing mantras, and each one of them has its specific modes and speed of recitation. So this is what we need to understand. Every Veda has its own peculiar way of spelling out mantras, has its own way of certain letters, has its own way of specific modes and methods of recitation. So that is the reason why this anga is considered as the most important angas, because we should be very careful. The defective spelling out of mantras will lead to some disasters. That's the reason why we need to think that how to spell certain mantras, how to think or how to learn the method of articulating or pronouncing certain mantras and how to teach. So this we need to understand. A book called Siksha Sangraha, a very famous book, Siksha Sangraha, contains 32 systems of Siksha. So a book we have in our Vedic literature, that is what is called Siksha Sangraha, in which we can find 32 systems of Siksha. And these systems related to different sekas of 4 Veda, different shakas of 4 Veda. So these 32 systems are related to different shakas of 4 Vedas. The most important among the books relating to Siksha is a famous one, that is Paniniya Siksha. Paniniya Siksha is a very important one, and the author and another important text available on Siksha is called Yajnavalkya Siksha and Vasishtha Siksha. So these are the texts available on the most important Anga called Veda or Siksha. And the other important works available on Siksha, they are called Katyayani Siksha and Parashari Siksha and Madhyadani Siksha, Keshava Siksha, Manduki Siksha. So these are the texts available on this concept called Siksha. Siksha is related to sounds of articulation and pronunciation. In Naradiya Siksha, which is related to Samaveda, there are supposed to be the knowledge of secret of different sounds. So there is another book called Naradiya Siksha, in which we can find the relation of sounds in Samaveda, and they're supposed to be the knowledge of secrets of different sounds of Vedas. So this we can find in Naradiya Siksha. The development of Siksha as a Vedanga and as a science that demonstrates the profundity and vast scope of research that was undertaken in respect of pronunciation in our ancient India. So this we need to understand. The development of Siksha as a Vedanga and as a science that demonstrates the profundity and vast scope of research that was undertaken in respect of pronunciation in our ancient India. And it is because of this Vedanga that the system of Vedic recitation has remained intact right from the ancient times to the present day. So it is because of this Vedanga. So we need to understand, it is because of this Vedanga only that the system of Vedic recitation, of mantras still remain the same from the ancient generation or from the ancient days to till today. It is because of this Vedanga called Siksha. It is a study. Siksha is the study of pronunciation of words and syllables through the correct pronunciation, intonation, conjunction and distinction. So we need to understand, it is a study of pronunciation of words and syllables through the correct pronunciation, intonation, conjunction and disjunction. So defective pronunciation will bring a contrary or even harmful results. So this is we need to understand. Defective pronunciation will bring harmful results. So we need to Vedic mantras should be spelled as it is. We should not spell out defectively. And Siksha strives to achieve correct pronunciation and articulation. So Siksha strives to achieve correct pronunciation and correct articulation through various aspects. What are those various aspects? The first aspect is what is called Akshara Suddhi. So Siksha, what does Siksha do? What does this Vedanga do? This Vedanga strives to achieve correct pronunciation and correct articulation through various aspects. So the first aspect is what is called Akshara Suddhi. Akshara Suddhi in the sense correctness in the letters. So if you do not have correctness in the letters, our mantra or our recitation may be defective. So the first important point here, Siksha strives to achieve the correct pronunciation and articulation through Akshara Suddhi. So it's a correctness in the letter. Swara Suddhi, correctness in the swaras. So we discussed in Vedas like Gandhara Veda also. Gandhara Veda is a Upaveda that deals with the the deals music and drama, and the actually Gandhara Veda deals with swaras and raga swaras, and through swaras ragas are produced. We discussed this point in Upavedas, in Gandhara Veda. So here swara suddhi, it means correctness in the swaras, and the third one is matra suddhi, it means correctness in the time taken. So the gap between each word and other word, and the gap between one sentence to another sentence, gap between one mantra to another mantra, it's what's called matra shuddhi, akshara shuddhi, swara shuddhi, matra shuddhi. Next, balam. Balam also is another important aspect of perfect achievement of pronunciation and articulation, that is alparana, mahaprana. Example, aspirated letters, so mahaprana, alpaharana. So these are the examples of balam. Samam, another important aspect called, so samam is a 7 swaras, time taken between these letters, sa ri ga ma pa da ni sa. So 7 swaras, so time taken to spell these swaras. And santana, it means conjunction of letters, words, etc. So conjunction of words, letters, etc. So this is all about Siksha. So Siksha is a science of articulation and pronunciation. Siksha is compared with the hands of human body. So without the hands we cannot work. So the prime author of Siksha is Panini. Panini Sikshadhyaya is a notable work in this field. So sage Panini is a prime author. Siksha is related to the sounds, letters, pronunciation, methods of teaching these, and methods of learning these elements. And even Vedas, every Veda has its own way of peculiar pronunciation of sounds, letters, and each one of them has its own modes and speed of recitation. So a book called Siksha Sangraha, which is one of the notable works in this field, this system, and in which we can find 32 different systems of Siksha. These 32 systems are related to different sakas of 4 Vedas. The most important among all the Vedangas is what is called Siksha, and the most important notable writer of this field, Panini he wrote called Paniniya Siksha, which is the most important literary works on this, and Yajnavalkya Siksha and Vasistha Siksha. So these are the notable works in this field. And the most other important works, Katyayani Siksha, Parasari Siksha, Madhyadani Siksha, Kesava Siksha, Manduki Siksha. These are also the notable works in this field. In Naradiya Siksha, which is related to Samaveda, there is supposed to be the knowledge of the secret of different sounds. The development of Siksha as a Vedanga and as a science that demonstrates the profundity and vast scope of research in the field of pronunciation in our ancient India. It is because of this Vedanga, the system of recitation of Vedic mantras still remains same from the ancient day to till today, is because of this Vedanga called Siksha. It is the study of pronunciation of words, syllables, through which we can achieve correct pronunciation, intonation, conjunction and disjunction. And defective pronunciation will lead to defective results or will bring harmful results. So here Siksha strives to achieve the correctness of pronunciation and articulation through various aspects like Akshara Suddhi, correctness in the letter, Swara Suddhi, correctness in the swaras, Matra Shuddhi, correctness in the time taken, Bhalam, Halpaharanam, Mahapranam, and Samam, 7 swaras, time taken between these 7 swaras, and Santana, conjunction of words and conjunction of letters. Right. This is all about Siksha, the first Vedanga. We'll discuss other Vedangas in the next videos. Thank you.